Okay, so let's talk about something that absolutely blew up on TikTok. We're diving into a viral video that sparked a massive online debate about one of the biggest financial questions pretty much everyone asks. Is it actually better to rent or to own a home? So it all started with this clip from financial expert Tori Dunlap, and her point was actually pretty simple. Renting doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a smart, strategic move to help you save up for a home, not just, money down the drain. Sounds like pretty solid advice, right? Well, not so fast. Because as you know, the internet always has an opinion. The real story, the one filled with all the passion and the real life experiences, that all went down in the comments section. We actually dug through all 928 of them to see what people really think about this. And let me tell you, the reaction was instant. It was passionate. And it became pretty clear pretty fast that this was, well, an overwhelmingly one-sided conversation. And spoiler alert, it wasn't siding with strategic renting. Right out of the gate, you have this comment from a user named CSCFRO, and they just cut right to the chase. They immediately challenged the whole premise of the video, basically saying that the idea of renting being an affordable way to save money is just completely out of touch with what's actually happening out there. And that feeling was, it was everywhere. This comment right here with over 100 likes basically asks the million-dollar question. If renting is supposed to be this smart financial move, then why is it so ridiculously, unaffordably expensive for so many people? But it wasn't just about the high cost of rent. People like Highlander here shifted the whole conversation to something, a bit more fundamental. Who are you actually paying? The argument becomes, you're not just renting a place to live, you're basically paying off someone else's mortgage for them. And that idea that you're just financing someone else's asset, that is the absolute core of the number one argument we saw over and over and over again in the comments. This gut feeling that renting is literally just throwing money away. So check out this number, 2,102. That's how many likes a single 3-word comment got. And those 3 words, they perfectly summed up the main argument against renting. Yep, there it is. It is throwing away money. It's so simple, right? But this little phrase totally became a rallying cry in the comments. It wasn't just one person's opinion anymore. It was like a verdict delivered by thousands of people. And look, this wasn't just people venting. It was backed up with actual numbers. A user named Nash Spearnholds dropped this little comparison that just flips the whole script. Get this. Their mortgage on a 3-bedroom house was actually $350 cheaper every month than what they were paying in rent for an apartment of the same size. And it wasn't just a one-off thing either. This comment from Jay got almost 700 likes, and it really drives home a huge point here. For a lot of people, owning a home has somehow become the cheaper monthly option. Okay, but the case for owning a home isn't just about the monthly check you write. The comments also dug deep into something way bigger, a huge long-term benefit, building equity. Take a look at this comment from a user named Wet. It's such a powerful, personal story. They talk about owning a home for 20 years while their brother rented for the same amount of time. The difference? They have $1 million in equity. Their brother has nothing. Wow, that really paints a picture, doesn't it? So let's be clear about what we mean by equity. It's not some, fuzzy financial term. It is the part of your house that you actually own. With every single mortgage payment you make, you're building real, tangible wealth. It's your piece of the pie. And here's where it gets really interesting. This argument wasn't just coming from homeowners. In a wild twist, a self-proclaimed landlord jumped in and basically agreed. They said, yeah, when you pay rent, you're investing in my future, not yours. Talk about getting it straight from the source. Okay, so at this point, it feels like case closed, right? Everyone is on team buy a house. But then, just when you think the debate is settled, a different kind of voice pops up, and it adds this really crucial and, honestly, much-needed layer of nuance to the whole thing. This user, Crisscross Applesauce, just kind of slices through all the pro-ownership excitement with one really sharp question that gets to the heart of it. Do you really own? And what they're getting at are all the hidden costs, right? You've got property taxes that never go away. You might have HOA fees. So their point is, are you ever truly free from payments? The financial ties to that property don't just disappear the day you pay off the mortgage. All right, so after digging through hundreds of comments, all these personal stories, all the arguments and numbers, what's the final verdict from this little slice of the internet? Well, it is absolutely crystal clear. For the people in this comment section, the idea of strategic renting just doesn't hold up. The arguments for buying a home, the fear of throwing money away and the power of building your own equity, they are just way, way too powerful to ignore. And all of this really leaves us with a much bigger question, one that goes way beyond this one TikTok video. In a world where both rent and the hidden costs of owning just keep going up, is that dream of homeownership still the clear path to financial security? Or is it maybe more of a financial trap than we think? As this one comment section proves, the answer is, well, it's anything but simple.